G'day, lovely people, and a very warm welcome to the Wholesome Way podcast. My name is Alexander Lobb, your host and guide, and I would love to kick off this brand new series by giving you an insight into why I decided to start this podcast, what you can expect to hear from me and my guests, and why you should listen each week. It's as simple as that. Full transparency here, I'm certainly not a medical professional, but I can tell you this. I am and always have been incredibly curious and serious about the pursuit of good health and well-being in the mental, physical, and spiritual domains. And I can promise you the knowledge and practical tips and tricks that will come out of the discussions in my podcast will be worth listening to. I want to share with you and everyone in the world not only what I've learned so far, but also to bring you with me on this journey as we learn to find the wholesome way through our lives. So, wholesome. What does it mean? It gets thrown around a lot. It sounds like a really nice word, and it is. That's why I chose it as the main focus of this podcast. And wholesome means conducive to or suggestive of good health and physical well-being. But I believe we can make everything wholesome. And that's really the crux, the main philosophy of this podcast. How to make everything we do, everything we say, everything we think, everything we feel in our journey through life wholesome. So why did I decide to start this podcast? I think the best way to explain why I took this plunge is to tell you the express version of my story from childhood till now. I was brought up in a very health conscious family with an alternative twist. I can still remember being 4 or 5 years old in our Sydney family home back in Australia, waking up and mum telling me to chug down 6 vitamin tablets with a glass of spirulina first thing in the morning. And for those of you who don't know what spirulina is, it's basically a blue-green colored algae with nutrients, antioxidants, and vitamins that you can put into water or juice, and it helps your immune system. I can tell you it does not taste good, especially as a 5-year-old. I can also remember begging mum for a packet of salt vinegar chips after swimming lessons and her being adamantly against it and saying no every single time because chips are bad for you. Or my friends giving me a hard time for eating organic fruit and veg at recess in primary school. I don't know why they gave me a hard time for that. Who wouldn't want to eat nice, healthy fruit and veg? But I got a hard time. So for what I perceived to be a daily dose of discomfort as a child was actually the laying of strong foundations of a healthy, well-balanced lifestyle that shaped my habits and philosophy in my life today. And I've realized that in hindsight. In terms of movement and exercise, I can remember watching my dad play futsal on weeknights, followed by soccer and a game of golf on weekends, taking my siblings and I on bike rides, surfing in the waves, and a bowl and a bat at the cricket nets after school. These activities really ingrained in me an innate love and yearning for regular movement and physically challenging myself from a very young age. And to stack on top of these healthy habits and knowledge that I acquired so early in life, and what really helped instill and put these habits and knowledge in practice was through my professional career. I've always been a man of many hats, a people person with a passion for helping and teaching. And so going into the workforce after school, I found myself being drawn to people-facing jobs in technology and education. From a retail consultant at a phone shop, helping people set up their phones, fix issues, and set up their internet, to an IT educator and Army cadets mentor in schools, helping children learn how to use technology and build strong life skills. And with these skills that I learned from my professional life, to organize, to self-discipline, to be accountable, to educate, and apply this early exposure to healthy habits and well-being that I had, this combination really instilled in me the value of life balance and the pursuit to live a wholesome, healthy life. The reason I'm telling you this is because I want to show you the type of person I am and why I'm doing this and why I want to share what I know and my journey from now. I've seen the benefits from a young age, and I believe that my professional career has given me the ability to explain and summarize information to people in an easy and digestible way to understand. The tipping point to start sharing what I knew, what I know, and this journey with others was actually very recently. It was when I first moved from my hometown of Sydney to London just under 2 years ago with my fiance. I came to realize the true power and importance of these habits and life philosophy. When we finally settled in to West London, I became quickly acquainted with the loud, grey, shrieking beast of London that it is. And in it, I became acutely aware of how the everyday John and Joe Smith are living to cope in this environment. Putting their headphones on the moment they climb into the tube because it's too loud to talk, clutching at a vape to get through a stressful day's work, or smoking a spliff out the back to relieve the anxiety and make the unyielding grey sky and noise bearable. London is so chaotic and fast that people are only focused on getting themselves from A to B, constantly looking over their shoulder for threats in survival mode, and then distracting themselves with entertainment at home to relax and forget, dreaming of the next holiday escape to Spain. And I saw this happening right in front of my eyes, in the lives of people around me, people I know, and people on the street. And at times, myself as well. And I say this not from a position of judgment, don't get me wrong. I say this from pure objective observation and a burning compassion and compulsion to help. I don't believe we have to live like that. And don't get me wrong, London is an incredible city, rich in opportunity and experiences. That's part of the reason why my fiance and I moved to London in the first place. But the everyday lifestyle is tough for most. And I couldn't help but feel sorry for people. And I knew then that I had to learn to adapt quickly so as not to fall into these negative cycles myself. I wasn't in the easygoing Australian lifestyle anymore, where you can feel the sand beneath your feet and the sunlight on your face almost every day. I had to ramp up my habits from weekly to daily and find new ones that were better adapted to London, to UK lifestyle, just to keep my body, mind, and spirit healthy and happy. One of the key tools that really helped me make this adjustment was a book called Tools for Titans, given to me as a present by a colleague, an ex-colleague, when I moved from Sydney. And that was really my saving grace on adjusting to London life. And Tools for Titans is a book written by Tim Ferriss, and it's basically an amalgamation of all his podcasts. And one of the notes that really stuck with me was Tim Ferriss's podcast with Tony Robbins. And for those of you who don't know who Tony Robbins is, he's an incredibly powerful figure in our world. And one of his main mechanisms that I found to be so powerful in adjusting to a difficult lifestyle was his morning priming routine. And this involves a cold plunge, might be a cold shower or a bath, whatever you've got access to, just to reset the system, get you going, followed by mindful breathing, rapid fire, your arms over your head, and then 9 to 10 minutes of cueing and prompting enabling emotions for the day. And I found this routine to be so powerful and effective in starting my day on a good note and keeping my mind and body healthy. A second tool that I've been using in my toolkit for a long time, since my childhood, is Deepak Chopra's Soul of Healing Affirmations, which I actually listened to on a CD back in high school almost every night. And the types of affirmations that I would listen to and repeat out loud were around compassion, overcoming fear, mindfulness, and branching out into the unknown. And I use these to keep my mind steady, to keep my mind and body healthy and focused and positive in a time of difficulty. So that's a bit about me and why I decided to start this podcast. Secondly, I want to tell you what you can expect to hear. We're going to uncover practical knowledge that we can put into our own roadmap to navigate our ever-changing and chaotic world as wholesomely as we possibly can. You'll get the opportunity to listen in on conversations with health and well-being champions, experts, and gurus, which I hope will evolve into an online and offline community of like-minded individuals who are serious about finding their own true and healthy path through life and sharing their journey with others. Each weekly episode, I'll bring you knowledge that you can act on, cultivating better habits, finding balance, and reconnecting with what truly matters to your health and well-being. From meditation, affirmations, which I mentioned earlier, nutrition, and finding your calling. We're going to tackle it all. In this first season, I really want to deep dive into finding the real you. It's like the old saying, if you don't love yourself, how can you love others? If you don't know yourself, how can you really make long-term changes? It's time to start truly getting to know yourself and trusting your instincts that you can make every part of your life wholesome. And finally, why should you listen? Taking action. I promise to give you actionable steps that are practical to your life during these discussions and the knowledge that comes from this podcast. We can have all the knowledge in the world, and we do. In this day and age, we have an incredibly large bank of information at our fingertips. But at the end of the day, if we don't take action or even know how to take action, then we simply can't make change and find our true path. Accountability. I bet the reason you're listening to this right now is because you feel the winds of change, or you see yourself at a fork in the road, but you're not sure where to start or which way to go. You need a guide, a wingman, someone to help you find the path you were meant to stride. And that's what I intend to give you in this podcast and community, to listen, to ask and share with other people who are in the same boat as you, and learn from experts, champions, and gurus who have been there. And we're going to unravel the power of this philosophy and how it can be done practically in each and every episode. Maybe you're in a dark place right now, or an uncertain time of transition in your career, your relationships, or your identity. Well, I tell you, this is your chance, a chance to get on track and follow the light at the end of the tunnel. Your wholesome way is out there, and you and I know it's time to stop thinking and start moving forward to find it. So if this sounds like your vibe, if this is right up your alley, then let's do this, and I'll see you in the first episode.